Hey, good morning. This is Nina. Sorry, I'm just putting my socks on. So I wanted to pop on this morning because it'd been a few days. I think sometime last week, was it Thursday? Last week was my last video about my client Hannah's session, which if you've not seen that video, go and watch it. It's such a lovely video, and it was such a lovely chat. And as a practitioner, it's so amazing to see the contrast from when a client comes in to have a session and to watch their transformation. I mean, when Hannah came in, when we first connected to talk about her having a session, she was, and I've been in that space, she was so depressed, so just flat and low, and that's unable to make decisions, unable to really to know anything, just stuck in this really low and unhappy place. And it's so nice to see how she is now, and how the session that we had has affected her life in such a beautiful way that, although she's aware that she's not fully recovered from her issues, she's part of the way there at least, and feels like she has hope. And that smile that I saw a glimpse of when we first connected is now there so much more. And it's just such a lovely part of being a practitioner of this work, to see people's transformations happening before my eyes. So that was really lovely, and it's a lovely chat. So if you've not seen it, go and give it a watch. Also, what else has been happening in my life? I've had some space freed up in my house. My ex-partner has moved most of his things out now, so there's been some space made in the house, and I've been able to give my daughter an actual bedroom. Beforehand, she and I were kind of sharing an office stroke bedroom. Her cot was in there, and the bed that I used for clients to have sessions was in there. And that's all changed. Marnie has a bedroom now, an actual big girl bed. It's like a house bed, so it's got like the frame of a house around it, which is going to be so much fun for making blanket forts. And yeah, it's going to be a lovely thing for her, I think. So it's really nice that she's able to have her own space now. And there's another room which should soon be freed up. And that will be my office. That will be the space or healing room, or the space that I make for having sessions, for in-person sessions. So I'm really excited about getting that put together. And I've just been having sort of ideas of what I want to do in there and how I want it to be. So it's really nice. It's a really nice sort of shift and change. And, Marnie's growing up now. She's 3, and she's going through a big sort of change. She's getting her big girl bedroom. She's going to nursery now, and she stopped breastfeeding a couple of months ago. So it's all this sort of transformation where she's sort of growing up and getting older, and big shift for both of us, but a really nice shift. And I think we're both ready for that little bit of separation in a way, although not, because she's here all the time. But yeah, it's just like a little transition to the next stage, and in some ways it's a big one, and in other ways it's just a natural kind of shift. but a nice one. So yeah, that's what's been going on for me. I've got a couple of sessions lined up for the next couple of weeks. One this weekend, and then some more over the coming weekends. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to the next steps and the next sessions and work and clients that are coming to me, and it's so exciting and lovely, and I just love this work, and I relish the time and the experience that my clients get, and the help and healing they get through doing this work with me. It's so amazing. Anyway, I'm going to I pull a card every morning for, well, not every morning, but I pull a card for my Facebook page. So if you've not joined or liked my Facebook page, go over there and like my Facebook page, and you'll see all my card pulls for each day or each other day. The card I pulled this morning for the collective was authenticity. And I also pull a card for myself. Oh, here's Marnie. Hello, how are you? And the card I pulled for myself was soul. The energy of the soul activates our connection with a part of us that is closer to the higher realms, or God, or the divine. She's so funny. So yeah, that's the soul, and it's an interesting one because I think there's a lot of people who still don't quite know what
I see.
a soul is.
I see.
Are you doing a card reading, Marnie?
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Do you see? Do you see? So I wanted to read you a little bit of the card, the soul card, because I think there's a lot of people out there that still don't quite know what a soul is. I don't think any of us truly can quantify what a soul is. Quantify, that's a big word, isn't it?
1, 2, 5.
So like love, the soul has always fascinated mankind.
1, 2, 5.
Some describe it as the spiritual essence of the human, which is beyond the physical part. Others refer to it as the divine in us, a little piece of God within. While we are mortal physical beings, our soul is considered, don't bend that please, our soul is considered eternal. Some believe that death is merely a transition in which the body dies and the soul separates from this physical vessel, later to return in a new body. Although the belief that in reincarnation is mainly found in Eastern religions. Please don't do that, darling. That's sure. In Eastern religions, the belief in a soul is pretty much universal. I'm going to take this little one through the way so I can read you this without a small child taking over. Give me a second. Hi, sorry, that was... it can be quite hard trying to concentrate when you have a toddler in your ear. So, the soul, where was I? Although the belief in reincarnation is mainly founded in the Eastern religions, the belief in the soul is pretty much universal. As much as we know and feel beyond any doubt there is such thing as a soul, we really have no way of determining what it is, let alone proving its existence. The soul seems to be part of us, We don't know exactly what part or where it is, if it is inside or outside of us. I think it's inside of us, but I think it's vaster than that. Unlike the 3D physical parts of our body, the soul seems to be multidimensional, everywhere and nowhere, all at the same time. Despite all we do not know about the soul, most of us have an intrinsic or intuitive sense of it. The word soul invokes thoughts of something ancient, something deep and mysterious, something that is larger than our human self. We are born as a living soul. We do not obtain our soul from our parents or anything other than us. Our soul is part of us, and it is always with us, and it always will be. When we speak of an old soul, we're usually referring to people who have a maturity or wisdom beyond their years. Many believe the soul carries the experiences from all lifetimes lived. This would explain why some seem to be born more mature and wiser than others. They simply have been here many times before, living and loving and learning through multiple lifetimes here on Earth. The most common context in which the soul is referred to is in its regard to relationships and the concept of the soulmate. As a soul continuing on a continuing journey through Earth, we can have many lifetimes in a physical body. Throughout these lifetimes, form many connections and relationships with others, thus adding to our experience, wisdom, and maturity. A soulmate is often someone we have spent other or even many lifetimes with. This can explain the deep sense of familiarity and recognition we generally feel towards a soulmate. Some believe we have many soulmates. Some believe we only have one, especially in reference to romantic relationships. We often seek to find our soulmate, as we believe it is to be the one true love. We're living longer than humans ever have. Well, in recorded history. Most of us have had several significant relationships within our lives at different stages. In addition to our expanding consciousness, our understanding of the multidimensional essence of a human being and the soul, a multitude of soulmates, either romantic or otherwise, seems not only desirable, but the logical and evolutionary journey of the soul in a human body. Yeah. I think we have lots of people that we meet and we immediately feel a connection to, or a connection that we don't quite understand. It's just that we know them from somewhere, and not within this lifetime. I think I've had it a few times where I've met people and it's just been like, oh wait, I know you. And it happens more and more these days, I think, because the more we expand and become aware, I think the more we draw in the people that are compatible with our soul. So yeah, lovely thing. So that was me reading that out loud, which is not something I often do. I've always been really nervous about reading out loud. It's something that goes back to school for me. I'm dyslexic, so and I went to a school that was I think a lot of the teachers at my school were still of the belief system that dyslexia didn't exist, and I was just being lazy. So they would make me stand up and read out loud, and it was a horrible thing. It was like, I still, even talking about it, I still get the sweaty palms. It was such a horrible thing. To sort of feel that vulnerable and being forced to do something that I didn't feel very good at in front of, you know, all these eyes and ears that were watching and listening, and I was really nervous about. So yeah, I'm not quite used to reading out loud, but I'm getting better. I hope that was okay. I've also been I've been a little bit more sociable recently. It can be quite, you know, a lot of my friends and colleagues are online or in different countries, and we have you know, in that sense, I have a very social life. But there wasn't a huge amount of people in my kind of squeezable physical life. So I've started to branch out a bit. I'm going to more groups, and I went to a sister circle, and also a divine business circle as well. So I'm kind of branching out a little bit to meet some more actual physical human beings that can be in my physical human space, which is really nice. However, I've noticed I find it much easier telling people about what I do on YouTube than I do in physical life, because I think it's an empathy thing. I think I can immediately feel everybody's reaction, as opposed to I record a video and then post it. It's a bit different, but it's a challenge, and it's a good challenge. It's good to get me out there. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to. So yeah, that was my little reading about the soul. Yeah, interesting stuff. I had a query recently about you know, our traumas and emotions are seemingly generated in the mind, and if so, how come the soul carries them on? Is it the subconscious mind that shifts from lifetime to lifetime? You know, the subconscious kind of carries it as a record, or is it the actual soul that takes on these things and carries them through the lifetime? It's an interesting question that I'm not sure we all have the answer to yet, but it's something I'm interested in figuring out. If you have any ideas about our souls and how they shift from lifetime to lifetime, and the memories and the traumas and the emotion that all stay with us in our bodies and our souls and our, you know, because it's obviously it's not the same physical body, then yeah, have a discussion below about it, because I find it a really interesting topic, especially as a practitioner of this work, when we deal with, you know, people's emotions and other lifetimes and traumas and things like that. Yeah, I find it really, really interesting. So that's my little spiel for today. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you want to have a session with me, then get in touch. We can work together and see what you want to experience and what you want to heal, and see what your higher self has in store for you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, and welcome to my new subscribers. Thank you for being here. And yeah, I'll speak to you all again very, very soon. All right, I'm sending loads and loads of love, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.